Australian Opening. Things are really heating up. It's a sort of a bittersweet pill. Fantastic matches ahead, but it does mean it's almost the end. Whale Kappa, what does this mean? We're into the semi-finals now, but it's almost the end. It
Yeah,
means we get the seat, but it means that the Australian Open is soon over.
I know. Only six matches left on the singles. Men's, three women's, and that's it for a little while. Next week we only have Davis Cup, and then it's a little bit of a dull week after that with only some 250s before we get into the Golden Swing and the indoor hard season. So it's going to be a couple weeks before we get some real meaty, meaningful tennis again, which is bittersweet.
Yeah, very true. But you also cover like American sports, don't you? Are you covering the Super Bowl, for example?
Yeah, it's same story. Same story. It's a bittersweet time for NFL handicapping as well. There's only one game left,
Yeah.
and there's 2 weeks build up for it. There's not a lot of mystery, not a lot of angles that haven't been covered. So there's 700 or something props to handicap if that's your interest. But I
Don't
haven't really
worry,
gotten
don't
into
worry.
that yet.
Well,
So
don't worry. Well, soccer is still on, so you can watch us and you can join us for soccer.
Yeah.
if I could handicap soccer, I would. But it's for whatever reason I've never had a good grasp of it. So who knows?
And from the sounds of it as well, not enough time in the day. There's just so many sports, so
Yeah.
little hours to cover them in.
Yep.
And Taif, over to you here. So far, how's your record doing? You started off with 100% with your one tip. I think you dropped a bet, but how's it been for you so far?
By the way, remember the tip I gave on Osaka? I was under the impression that it was a night match, but it was actually a day match. I went back and watched the highlights. So I kindly request that that pick be expunged.
Voided.
All right
When you lose
then.
money, Taif, it doesn't matter that it's day and night. From my point of view, it was night because that match was night at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. So
No, they
this
were
is why I said to you that it's the night session.
no, they were playing in the middle of the sunlight. There wasn't. Anyways, we're at 4-4. Okay, unscathed. That's all that matters. We're not in the negative, and right now we're in the business end of the tournament, and this is where I usually do my most damage is in the semis and the finals, and we have some extremely enticing value that we're going to try to exploit for these four matchups on the men's and women's side. So I'm really excited to break these matches down.
Yeah. And now, Alex, I know, our viewers have been watching your bets intently. They're calling you the betting guru. So I suppose I don't need to ask you how you're doing.
It was the betting prodigy, but
That was
I'm
it.
35 years old, so I'm not young anymore. So guru, it's better, you know. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to do my best every time. I'm handicapping soccer or football, how we call it in Europe, and also tennis. Most of all, Grand Slams. I'm looking a lot of tennis throughout the season, but most of all, I'm betting when we have Grand Slams or from semi-final and up in big tournaments in 500s and 1000 and Masters also. Um, I'm I'm trying to do my job, and I really like the fact that people are appreciating our work. That makes us continue and work harder and provide our best tips and our best informations, predictions, whatever you call it. We are here for free for everyone. If you are on profit, we are happy because we are giving you winning tips. So that means that you should follow us all season long in all sports. SBR is all about sports, from American football, from basketball, soccer, and I don't know. Now you're covering also the Olympics, rugby. I saw also on our sister sites,
We are many
Baseball.
bookmakers.
betting talents, Alex. Alex, listen, thank you for the heads up there. Also, guys, whale_kappa. We've got Taif11 and Alex Need for Tips. Follow them on Twitter because they give their picks as well. We do have. Going to go to the comment section. Thank you for everybody tuning in right now. It does say. Hey, Alex, too bad you didn't trust Halep. He did say that he's betting against because he feels that if he's betting against Halep, she's going to win. That's why he's betting against, right?
Yeah, it's
So
working.
We all wait
Yeah,
to hear what
working.
he
it's
has for
working.
tonight.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So your girl
1.7.
is here in
Kerber,
the
1.7.
semi-finals, Alex. Here she is. She's now playing against Kerber. Kerber, obviously the favourite to lift the trophy on the women's side. We've got Halep 2.26, Kerber 1.83. Are you betting against Halep again?
Odds are drifting, Natalie. From 1.83, now you can only get 1.75, the best odds right now. 2 hours ago, it was 1.83 for sure. But now for Kerber, everybody is on Kerber right now. I'm going also on Kerber because if I will go on Kerber, Halep will make it to the final and win the tournament. No, really, now, right now, it's, I think that is the most difficult match for Halep. Uh, I think that both players have some kind of the same style, great counter punchers, defending really well, running fast, covering all the court, uh, finding angles. So I think that Kerber is in better shape, if I can say like that, than Halep. They have both of them just wins till now in 2008. We have also planes at Whale Capper there on the sky, so
Yeah.
maybe that's a
Sorry.
sign also. Yeah, I have Kerber at 1.75. I'm going with the flow here.
Okay, so you're going with Kerber. Is Kerber the best choice? I know Whale Kappa. You've been on Kerber. Are you playing Kerber straight out win? Is that the best play for the match?
I'm holding pretty nice tickets on Kerber and Waz outright. I
Okay.
have 100 to win 1,200 on Waz and 50 to win 1,000 on Kerber. So I'm in a point on the women's side where I have to kind of weigh my liabilities here and see if I can, find a middle here to back Halep in a way that covers my future while also hoping that Kerber advances. I think this match lends itself to that, though. This does feel like the type of match that's going to be back and forth. There'll be some live opportunities here to probably get good numbers on both women. I doubt that this is anywhere close to as one-sided as we saw the two women's matches yesterday. This to me seems like a three-setter. As a Kerber backer, I'm pretty concerned about the fact that Halep has, since facing break points against Lauren Davis, since facing match points, she came back from 3 match points against Lauren Davis, and since that comeback, she has had a renewed focus and a renewed intensity that has carried her to this point in the tournament, I feel like. And you see that sometimes. I mean, when you haven't been there before, and you have questions about, whether or not you can do it, sometimes it takes the sort of feeling of invincibility that comes from, fending off match points. And Halep's got that. Waz has got that. If they were to meet in the finals, I wouldn't be remotely surprised.
Okay. All right. And what are you going for? Do you have a play on this one, Taif, for your unbeaten record here? What are you going for?
Yeah, I love the over in this game. Over 21 games at 1.75 right now you can get. The last couple of matches they've played have been pretty one-sided. Kerber has won, I think, the last 2 matchups. But exactly like the whale capper just echoed, a lot of times you see players coming back from the brink of defeat and have a moment where they turn a match around, like Wozniacki down 5-1 and coming back. Just gives them just this extra boost of energy and belief. Most importantly, that they can accomplish anything. So Kerber's full of confidence, undefeated for her past like maybe almost 10 matches right now, and Halep with this amazing run she's on and chasing her first Grand Slam. Both players very similar stylistically. I don't even see why you won't take a shot with Halep as an underdog in this match.
You know
It's a
why?
little
You know
risky.
why? Because till now she had two. You know why? Till now she had 2 days of rest between every single match. Right now she
Yeah.
doesn't.
Oh, now she doesn't.
That
Yeah.
is a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
like your
How's
call
her?
on the
How's
games
her?
over.
Sorry, well,
I
Kappa.
don't think her fitness is an issue whatsoever. I think she's overcome any kind of ankle problem that she might have had in the past, and I think her fitness is tip top. So I don't think that's going to play into the match whatsoever. But I do absolutely love the over in this game, and I'll just reiterate over 21, 1.75. That would be the best play on this match.
All right. We've got Mertens Wozniacki. Well, Kappa, you're on Wozniacki there. I'll ask you what your play is, but we've got Dalo 4, who's sort of, well, as you can just right now, he's got a message here. Mertens has made me a lot of money this tournament. I've got to continue to ride the Mertens train. Mertens is quite a long shot there, 3 compared to the 1.5 there for Wozniacki. Do you think Dalo 4's onto something? He's got great soccer tips. Do you think he's onto something here with the tennis, with the Mertens train?
Yeah, I
He was the only
absolutely
one that
agree.
was calling it.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Sorry, guys.
Alex,
I absolutely agree with them.
yeah.
I think Mertens is going to win this match handedly. The first match I ever saw her playing in a complete from start to finish was that match against Svitolina. I actually was on Svitolina to win in straight sets, but unfortunately, I haven't had enough experience watching or any kind of insight into her game. But she handled Svitolina everything she had. She took care of her in straight sets, and Svitolina is basically the identical player to Wozniacki, except she's a bit more powerful. And if Mertens plays anywhere near the level she played against Svitolina, she's going to dismantle Wozniacki. She's going to smash her. And I love the 3.0. And I absolutely love plus 4.5 games. Elise Mertens 1.7. Let me just 1.72 right now. This is
You
one
know
Yeah,
of my
why?
biggest
What I'm afraid? I'm afraid that her arriving in the semifinals in her first ever Australian Open, and she did such a
Don't be afraid.
wonderful. 1 second to tell you. I think that it's coming that moment that you're afraid to win. These new players, the new wave, they are afraid to win, and
I know exactly what
Wozniacki
you're saying.
has so much experience. Wozniacki has in her that she can control her nerves and she can change the game whenever she wants, like Halep did today. 0-3 for Pliskova. After that, she destroyed her. Wozniacki can do the same against such an opponent like Mertens. And I think that you are wrong there, but we are going head to head there. I'm going Wozniacki minus 3.5 at 1.8.
Good luck,
okay.
Alex, but I don't think it's gonna come through for you. I don't think nerves is gonna play any role in this. She handled her quarterfinal
Fighting talk.
Let's
and
see what
and
Wellcapper has to say
against her.
from on what side he is.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Well.
I'm looking for Waz to win 2-0, and I'm gonna back that at plus 115, I think, which is what 2.15 for the European
Yes.
folks.
Yes.
My perspective on this is, Elise had a brilliant game plan for Svitolina. She opened up the court and she put away winners at will. And Svitolina, the minute things got a little tough for her, she had never really faced like heavy duty. She hadn't had any close calls this tournament. The minute it got a little got a little tough for her, she just bottled it. And she was like, she was her first serve percentage dropped immediately. She was getting frustrated. She's looking at her box in dismay. I don't think we're going to see that level of concentration break from Waz here. And I think that Mertens, her overall approach to hitting winners is one dimensional enough that Waz probably watched the tape from that match, will be prepared for that type of attack, and will have the defenses in her pocket for how to counterpunch from those those attack shots, and we'll be able to to get this done in straight sets, because I haven't seen enough from from Elise outside of kind of one sort of a way of attacking to know that she has anything else in her bag of tricks for this.
All right.
I
Final
like your
thoughts for you,
Canadian.
Typh.
I just
My
like your.
Canadian mug.
I noticed you had a Canadian mug. Yeah, no, she came out and absolutely suffocated Svitolina. She was so aggressive, and if she plays the same way, like I said, Wozniak, what's she gonna do? She's not gonna be able to do anything. She can't. There is no defense. That's basically taking the racket out of your hand. So, like I said, if she plays anywhere near the level, she doesn't even have to hit that level. If she just plays near that level, she's gonna dismantle Wozniak. I'm super confident with Elise Mertens.
Okay. We've also got Adrian Nitu as well. Says where was it? I think it was Mertens plus 1.5 sets is a good bet. He's also asking as well where he can see Joao's bets. Sportsbookraview.com/picks, and then hit more sports, and then there you should see some tennis bets. The articles are all written by Joao, our tennis coverage, or head on over bookmakersreview.com as well. It's our sister site, UK or Europe facing, and there is also tennis articles on there, which are his tips. So, okay, moving on to the men's side as well now. Chung over in semi-finals, a great play from him this tournament, but he is facing Federer. Is this where his journey ends? He's priced a long shot 6 there, 1.2 for Federer. Talk us through this match, well, Kappa.
Okay. Full disclosure, I bet $5 on Chung to win the whole thing at 800 to 1, and I was excited for him yesterday. I had him 3-0 against tennies, and he came through for me. So I was pretty happy with his performance. I've spent almost all day kind of looking at the options to try to extract some value from this future that I'm holding. But in the back of my head, I want to believe that he can give Federer a match here. The way I look at Chung's play, and this is not original thought by any stretch of the imagination. I've seen and read this all over the place, and you could see it live in the Djokovic match. He's got the exact type of approach to the game that Djokovic has, and it's an approach that I do think will frustrate Federer in the early going, at least. And he can, Federer likes to keep it quick, right? He likes to get through his points quickly. He likes to get through his service games quickly. He doesn't want to extend, to drag out any sets, any games, he wants the match to be over quickly. And he's been able to do that against, these players where he has a clear mental edge on, like Berdych last night. Like, as soon as Berdych missed those opportunities to hit at set points in the first set, he just completely packed it away because he's like, oh, well, I'm going to get, beat by Federer just like always. And Federer has kind of lived on that this last, year plus that we've seen him kind of revive, his dominance on tour. And having never played Chung before, Chung having a style that might frustrate him a little bit in terms of how long the rallies last, how long the points are, how long the games are going, and just Chung's general ability to neutralize some of the more powerful servers on tour. I think you're going to be able to see him get some breaks. I expect Chung to be a little loose. No one's expecting him to win here. I'm seeing more people thinking, oh, well, Federer is going to win in straight sets again. He's going to win the Australian Open without dropping a set again. You're getting that general sense that this is going to be a walkover. I think Chung kind of comes in a little bit looser. And we've seen Chung play very cool for the last 3 matches. He was cool as hell versus Zverev. I didn't personally give Chung as much credit for the win as I gave Zverev. I penalized Zverev for just losing his mind at the end of the 4th set and then just completely giving away the match at the beginning of the 5th. But Chung's win against Djokovic was no joke. Like, he was absolutely dominating those points and clearly won that match. And Djokovic obviously is not 100% healthy wise, and he had taken some beating playing in the heat against Monfils and whatnot. And so, maybe he was a little bit less dangerous of an opponent, but it was still incredibly impressive to see what he did against Djokovic. If he can bring that level into this match, just playing kind of cool, calm tennis, I'm hopeful he can, make some noise early. And if he can take a set or two, off of Federer, maybe the first and second or the first and third, maybe then we see him get a little tight. Maybe then we see him get a little nervous. As soon as it sets in, like, holy smokes, I might beat Roger Federer here and make a Grand Slam final, then I would be a little bit interested in trying to get a good live number on Federer. But my overall thinking on this is that Chung will give Federer a match. He will take at least a set and potentially an early set, hopefully an early set, so that we can get a good live number on Federer to cover this incredibly lucky future that I'm holding at 800 to 1 on him.
Yeah. Jason Grassi says, I like Chung to win the first set but lose the next 3. What do you think about that bet? I don't know, Jason, if you can pass the odds for that one, or if anybody knows the odds for that one. But what do you think about that bet? It seems risky.
I'm sure you can get that at 3 or 4 to 1. That's probably a pretty reasonable look. And that's Chung to win the first set is probably 2 to 1, and then to lose the next 3, you're talking about pretty compounding some more likely events. But that's a decent look. I'm actually hopeful Chung can win the first 2. I think if Chung takes the first 2 or takes the first and the third, then maybe we see a line like Federer at even odds to win the match or something like that. And at that point, I can really extract some value out of this future. So a lot of my evaluation of this is hopeful that Chung can really give this a match, and that this isn't just the moment is too big, the spot is too big for him. That's always a possibility with a guy who's never been to this level or even this close to this level of a slam before. I mean, obviously he won the next gen finals, so I guess if you want to hold that up as like that was a big deal, I think maybe that's kind of helping him keep his cool in some of these bigger spots. But I'm excited for that match, and
yeah, me too.
I'm hopeful.
Me too.
We're gonna do another pod early on Friday, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's right. That's when we'll see. Now talking, whether mentally he can compose himself. Mentally, do you think, from what he has displayed so far in the tournament, has he mentally got enough to challenge Federer, Alex?
I see Chung like the type of everybody sees him like Djokovic. I see him like a combination between Nadal and Federer, from my point of view. I think that against Djokovic, he did a match of his life. It was amazing. Against Tennis Sandgren the other day, he was not at his top level, but he didn't even had to be at his top level, because straight sets there, he was a lot better than his opponent, and now he's playing with the legend. Now he's playing with Federer for a place in the final. I think that he should give everything on this court, because okay, we were amazed against Zverev, against Djokovic, great wins, but now we are talking serious semi-final Australian Open, playing against Federer. I think I don't know what to say about the score, 3-0, 3-1. Hopefully we will see an entertaining match with the Chung winning at least one set. If I will cheer for you guys for the first set. But I have a better approach. I don't think that I think that even though Federer will win in straight sets, we will see close sets. So I think that the best option to play right now, Chung plus 6.5 at 1.78.
Okay. All right. We have just been told we've got 4 minutes left of this show, so going to speed things up. Marin Cilic and then Kyle Edmund. Taif, want to hear from you about that match. Sum it up for us, and what are you expecting?
Yeah, I think Kyle Edmund has. I mean, this line is absolutely absurd to me. Kyle Edmund, this is a 50-50 matchup prospect at the very least. There's no reason, no sense whatsoever to take Cilic at this line. Kyle Edmund can easily beat him. 3.4 is it right now on the money line?
That's right.
That's
3.4.
Oh, excuse me, 3.69 you can get right now. That's a gift. I'm all over that. I have no problem whatsoever taking Kyle Edmund 3.69. You can take a more conservative approach if you want, plus 2.5 sets, 1.46. Throw that in a parlay. Kyle Edmund or nothing. Pass for me. As far as the Chung game, I just want to quickly comment. I absolutely love Chung plus 2.5 sets, 1.76. I think he should have no problem taking a set away from Federer.
All right. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you guys what your favorite bets are as well. And also, if you guys can put them in the comments section after we finish, we do get a lot of requests for those. So if you can, that would be awesome. Or send them to me and I'll happily put them in, whichever one's easier for you. But Alex, going to start with you. Your favorite bets, semi-finals, men's and women's, what are they?
Edmund versus Cilic over 38.5, Wozniacki minus 3.5, Kerber at 1.75, Chunk plus 6.5. I'll write them in the comment section.
There we go. And so there we go from the betting guru himself. Those are his bets, one on every match there. What have you got, Whale Kappa?
I agree with a lot of those. I like 3 sets tonight in the Halep match. That's at I'm going to use US odds, so that's at plus 115. I like Waz 2-0 at plus 120, and in the men's semifinals, I haven't totally landed on the best angle to hit the Edmund Cilic match, but I agree that Edmund has significant value on the money line, and I'll definitely be backing him either sets, games, money line, maybe all 3, because the real concern with Edmund was he was going to get tired out at some point, and now he's had 2 days off to prepare for this match, and he's playing the most confident tennis of his life. I think he can absolutely give Cilic everything he's got.
All right. And finally, Taif, what have you got for us?
Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you 7 picks that I absolutely love.
Ooh.
I can seriously see you going 7-0 for this one.
You
Ladies
are
first.
you are betting also for the future Australian Open, next year Australian Open already.
No. Ladies first. Elise Mertens plus 4.5 game handicap 1.72. Elise Mertens money line 3.0. Mertens Wozniacki over 20 games 1.72. Halep Kerber over 21 1.75. Chung plus 2.5 sets 1.76. Chung Federer over 34.5 games 1.7. And Kyle Edmund on the money line 3.69. Take that to the bank.
There we go. Go hard or go home, guys. You've heard it here. Fantastic stuff. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, for those watching, please follow them on Twitter, Whale_Kappa, Taif11, and Alex from Need for Tips. And just looking at Whale Kappa's Twitter page now, full of tennis tips. So really, really follow them, guys. Very good. Mine's Natalie at Rydstrom, but I'm not so big on my Twitter occasionally. But follow the other guys or watch the shows. Thank you so much for watching. We're back on Friday early. I think it's 9:30 a.m. Eastern time for the look at the final. So really hope to see you guys there. Best of luck with your tips, guys. Enjoy the rest of the enjoy the semi-finals.
Good luck, everyone. Good evening.
All right. Yeah. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you.